Hello, everyone. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So, I want to talk about how Trump was snubbed for the Nobel Peace Prize, because that's exactly what happened, in favor of some Venezuelan woman who no doubt has, some accomplishments, but Trump's accomplishments are essentially biblical in proportion. Peace to the Middle East. And this idea that he hasn't done everything that he said he was going to do, well, that's okay, because he did do about 80-90% of what he said he was going to do, and he's working on that remaining 10 or 20%. This is noble. This is virtuous. This is worthy. This is getting things done in the real world, okay? And as I said, it is of biblical proportions. I can't imagine what's going to be accomplished in the next 3.5 years. But no, to the partisan left, to the socialists, to the communists, to the liberals, no. That's not good enough, So they reveal themselves as the partisan hacks that they truly are, and that they have no idea or respect for the stations that they actually fulfill. The idea of voting on the Nobel Peace Prize, okay? And, they pick the people that they like, not the people who earned it. So let's roll the video, and I'll comment on it as we go along.
The winner of the Nobel Peace Prize has been announced, and it isn't President Donald Trump. The prize has long been coveted by Trump, who claimed during his 2024 presidential campaign that he would resolve the war between Russia and Ukraine in just one day. A handful of leaders, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, have said that Trump was worthy of the award.
Yeah, so notice that snarky voice of the announcer, okay? He said he would accomplish this in one day, and he didn't. But he did end about 7 or 8 other wars, okay? But they're just going to brush over that. They're just going to focus on this idea that he's egotistical. Let me tell you something. In order to rule the free world, I think you need to be a little egotistical. I think you need to have a high opinion of yourself and your abilities, okay? The idea that these people are going to undercut an effective American president and thereby secure power for themselves is sickening. And it's what we've been dealing with for the last 10 or 20 years, right? Okay, continuing on.
I want to present to you, Mr. President, the letter I sent to the Nobel Prize Committee. It's nominating you for the Peace Prize, which is well-deserved, and you should get it.
Yeah, I think if you were to ask the world leaders, who deserves it, I'm pretty sure that they would say Trump, right? But if you go into some liberal little, voting booth, then no, right?
Trump has been vocal about his desire for the award during both terms, but has been especially vocal about it since taking office a second time in January.
No matter what I do, they won't give it, and I'm not politicking for it.
Only 4 U.S. presidents.
He's right. No matter what he does, they won't give it to him, okay? Not because he doesn't have the accomplishments, but because they don't like him. Seriously, this is like us running a race, right? And us just picking the second place winner. We're just going to skip over the person who actually won the race. This is what we have been dealing with. This isn't reality-based. This is who they approve of, who they like, who they want to promote, and who they want to snub. Continuing on.
Have been awarded the Peace Prize: Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, Jimmy Carter, and Barack Obama.
Oh, that's great. That's just great. Jimmy Carter and Barack Obama, okay? Carter was a nice guy, right? Real friendly, okay? Militarily, he was the worst president we've ever had. This is the guy who went in to rescue the hostages in Iran when all this trouble started, and that got shot down. So the idea, of Carter being, look, this is peace through strength. This is not peace through appeasement. We've appeased the world long enough, and it's destroyed the American economy. It's destroyed the American citizens. And now this tenuous hold that the liberal Democrats and the mainstream media have on the minds of the people mostly in your inner cities, it's fading. It's degrading, okay? And they're freaking out, denying Trump the Nobel Peace Prize in a situation like this. They should be ashamed of themselves, and they will be, okay? Shame will be brought to them. Continuing on.
The Norwegian Nobel Committee, which consists of a 5-member panel appointed by the Norwegian Parliament, votes on the prize.
Oh, yeah, there it is. 5-panel Norwegian, that's voted on by the Norwegian Congress, right? So this is Norway's reward for giving them stuff and for bending over, as American presidents have done for so long. And now that an American president stands up for the American people, it's like, oh, we don't like him. Oh, he's a bad man. I was like, well, let's have his accomplishments speak for themselves, okay? Let's try that one out. And if you want to judge somebody based on their accomplishments and their deeds, which is supposedly what we believe in, then what's the problem? Okay, so clearly that's not what's going on here upon the world stage. And the American people are the ones who pay for this stuff, literally. Okay, so as they're putting forth this idea that ending wars through strength is not a viable option, and they want to tie us up in this endless morass of international bullshit, why? Well, they make money off of that. They build their power base off of that. They increase their influence off of that. That's the stuff that they want to get attention for, not the accomplishments. So it's just a bunch of personal attacks. It's just a bunch of fault finding. It's just a bunch of glossing over people's accomplishments. Good people, honest people, virtuous people, noble people. So that's where the problem is. So you understand, right, that if you're not rewarding the good worker, that he's not going to keep working, okay? And you're encouraging, the cheaters and the liars and the manipulators. And the American people are sick of it. The Western world is becoming sick of it, okay? This liberal stranglehold on the minds and the hearts of the people, appealing to their emotions. It's no longer working, thank goodness, okay? Let's come back to reality. Let's start getting some things done. Remember, peace through strength, okay? That's respectable. I'm not begging for you to not start a war. I'm telling you, if you start a war, you're going to regret it. And then we're going to demonstrate it. Okay? That's the way it's supposed to be. This idea that, you're supposed to feel sorry for the women and you're supposed to feel sorry for the people who are on the wrong side, on the losing side of virtue and nobility, and you're supposed to defend them, that's what a good man would do. Bullshit. Okay, the good man stands firm in his principles, okay, and that is what Trump represents. So I stand behind that, okay. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate. I would really appreciate it if you could help me out over on Cash App. I'll put my link in the description. I'll put it in the comments section. We don't support the good people who are doing the right thing and telling the truth. The system supports the bad people who are lying, manipulating, and trying to take advantage. So I really do need your support. And join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, everyone.